is up YouTube? My name is Happiness and welcome to my channel. So we're going to look at a couple of videos to which I compiled whereby people got scammed. So they're going to tell you in details how they got scammed and what you should do to avoid getting scammed. So you know nowadays that people are coming with new ways of scamming people. So as a person, you have to be careful and not be caught in the trap of being scammed yourself. But despite that, guys, let's look at these videos and then after that I'll give my own explanation on how I got scammed. So let's check these videos out.
My name is Portia and I was sentenced to 7 years in federal prison for real estate fraud. So what is real estate fraud? Because I didn't even know what it was when I got involved in these real estate deals. So in 2004 and 2005, when the market was going crazy, there were investors that were looking to buy homes and pull the cash out of them and use it to invest in other things. As you can imagine, that still happens today, right? At this time, there were billboards and advertisements saying, if you have a credit score of 700, you can buy a house. And that's really what happened. They had these loans, banks did. They were called liar's loans or ninja loans, where all you had to do is state your income, whatever you wanted. And if you had the credit score, you would buy the house. And the way that I got involved in it was I heard there were investors looking for these types of properties, these houses that had supposed equity in them. So I would find a homeowner that was willing to sell their home for $1 million and get a high appraisal on it, which right there, bells should be going off, but the homes would appraise for this. Let's say the home appraised for $2 million and I locked it up for $1 million. I would do a joint venture with the homeowner and say, you'll get $1 million at title and the rest of the money will go to the person that buys the home. And so maybe the homeowner would get $500,000. That's a lot of money for an investor to get. And then they have this home that they have a payment on and they're marking on the loan application that they're going to move into the home. So it's owner occupied, which in most cases they didn't move into the home. And then once they got their cash, in some cases they made the payment for a year, but when the market crashed, they walked away. So who's the victim on a deal like this? Well, you could say the bank is a victim, but the truth is the government bailed the bank out and the bank was in on the whole deal anyway. Mortgage broker certainly isn't. The appraiser isn't, and I'm not. We're actually all conspirators in a giant conspiracy. But at the end of the day, I was indicted. And really the American people are the victims because the taxpayers ended up bailing out the banks. And that's what I did. And it was illegal. And it was something that I regret. And I talk more about that. I'll talk more about that in another video.
I got scammed. First time in my life that I bought a fake perfume. I posted it on my story and I got a lot of questions about it, like how I knew that I bought a fake one. So I was like, let me just make a video about it. First of all, where did I buy it? I bought it off Vinted. Vinted is like a second-hand place where people buy their secondhand clothes or other stuff, cosmetics too. You can sell perfume on there if they are sealed. And this was a sealed bottle. So it came sealed, was never opened. It's kind of like Mercari for the Americans, but you have to be really careful on Vinted because there are so many fakes. I've been saying this before, fake perfumes are ruining the entire industry. But this seller had amazing reviews, didn't have a bunch of perfumes for sale, so it kind of looked legit already. And I also thought this perfume is pretty new. So I wasn't thinking that fakes would be made so quick. But as soon as I opened the package, I felt something in my gut. I was like, I have to be really careful looking at everything to make sure that this is not a fake because I had this gut feeling that this was a fake. And then when I opened it, the first thing I noticed was that this metal, it is loose. You see? It is kind of bouncy. And I was like, would Chanel make mistakes like this? I don't know. And then the cap too, I will make some better detailed videos about it so you can see. But the cap too is so hard to open. I was like, there is no way. I smelled this in the store before. I could just take off the cap like that. And this one was so hard. It feels also very flimsy, very bad material. And then I started doing my research on TikTok. So I started searching up reviews of people that reviewed this bottle, who were holding it in their hand, who had images of it. And it seemed a bit different. The lettering, first of all, was different. And then also the color of the atomizer. With people online, it seemed more gold toned. And then what also was a big giveaway, the tube that is running in the middle, on the original ones, it goes straight down, or it could have like a little bow, but not as much. And this one was just so crooked. Maybe you can see it better like that, but this tube is very crooked in the bottle. And another thing that gave it away is that there is a batch code printed here. I will also show it better in the video, but I asked my friends who had a 50 ml and she didn't have that on her one. Now this is supposed to be 100 ml, so I don't know if the real 100 mls have it as prominent as this one, but things just weren't adding up. Also, what I should have been more cautious about, the seller was from Italy, and no hate to the Italians, but almost every fake perfume comes from Italy or comes from Italian sellers. So please be very careful of those. I got scammed. Luckily, I saw it immediately. Vinted has buyer protection, so I filed a claim. She allowed me to send the perfume back to her. She paid for the shipping cost too, and I'm gonna get my money back once it is returned. So here we have a close-up of the perfume. At first look, you don't really see it, but the lettering, it seemed very different to me. In the originals, it seems more spread out, and this was just too small and flimsy. You can see better here the tube, it is crooked, and then the batch code in the back, I didn't see that on the original ones, and it is very prominent on this one. Then also this metal part on the side, it was too flimsy. Look, I don't think Chanel makes them like that. So this bottle was just a big mess. By the way, scent-wise, it did smell similar, but I smelled something was off. I was like, there's no way that this is the original one. But yeah, I'm happy I noticed it.
Okay, guys. Yes, you heard them. They explained on how they got scammed. So let me explain to you as a story time on how I got scammed myself. So there was this company to which they called DBD. So it's DBD, which is an abbreviation for Desert Brilliant Diamonds, to which it was marketed as a mining company. So I was introduced to this company by this white guy when I was working in this other construction company. So I can't say the name of that construction company. So yes, so this guy, he introduced me to this company. So the guy is from Cape Town. He's a white guy, by the way. Yes, so eventually, I mean, like, it was a white guy who marketed it for me. So you never find white people scamming other people in where I come from. I don't know where you come from, because a scammer can come in different races and forms. But yes, so normally the people who scam us is black people, because I am from South Africa, and yes, so that's the case. So you would understand why would I trust a white guy to let me join this thing. So yes, I was so convinced, like, because he marketed it as, you are buying a machine, and then this machine would generate income for you, like, you buy it at a certain amount, and then the more you buy, the more that machine, the more bigger the machine gets, and then the more money you make from that machine. So long story short, like, yeah, I requested to withdraw some money, because I need to get my income to which I made from this thing. Find out I don't know, maybe at the time it was because there are a lot of people doing withdrawals, because, I mean, and understand that the reason why we also trusted that we joined this, because even police officers, like these people, they will go into police station to advertise this thing. So I mean, like, if it's advertised at the police station, I mean, like, you yourself would also be caught in the trap of joining this thing. So yes, guys, I'm just gonna say, like, this thing was a Ponzi scheme. Like, you invite more people, the more people who join, and then the more money you make. Sort of like something like that. So yeah, long story short, we requested our money. They told us they frozen their accounts. They are under investigations, by the FBI and all of that. And the white guy to which I was talking about, he wanted to request his money also, you see, and understand that he has contacts with these people to which are, holding our money. So he requested the money. He couldn't request it because I don't know what happened. Them being under investigation. Yes, long story short, let me just say it like that. I mean, like, these people ran away with our money. So, yes, guys, I mean, like, whatever goes hand in hand with investment, all these investment schemes, like, they tell you that you're buying something and then it will generate income for you. But another side of it, you have to, recruit people. The more you recruit, the more money you make. I mean, like, that sounds like a pyramid scheme. So, yeah, guys, that's how I got scammed. But, yeah, guys, you can describe down the description below, comment down the description below on how you yourself got scammed. And yeah, despite that, guys, thank you for watching my channel. Please like and subscribe, and let's meet up to the next video, and peace out.